position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the USC Trojans, taking on last year's national champions, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. Here's the return from inside his 10. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Here's the handoff. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today. I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And this punt will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
You know, punt cover teams have a tough job because oftentimes they've got to tackle a guy out in the open field, and a really good one at that. But how about their ability to get to the returner and not just get the tackle, but create the takeaway? That is a massive play on special teams.
Rides to back and leaves it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, that play didn't stand a chance. I mean, nobody even blocked that guy, and he's able to get the tackle for loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Quarterback may change this route. Motion from the wide receiver. Now the play fake. Got his man. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But, yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises. And I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play in a major...
Wide open on the right. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29.
We always talk about Yak, and that was third and very manageable. They were just throwing the ball to the sticks, just trying to pick up a simple first. But when you've got playmakers like that, that can do things after the catch, any play could be an explosive one, and you saw it right there. Tremendous job getting it to him early, and he does the rest.
The Huskies getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab on the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
All down, and they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. Won't just be the quarterback. But he's making good decisions. Pitching it that time, that's the right read. And it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the 1st down.
Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another 1st down. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Got the quick pass. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got him 1st and goal.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that quarterback be going the other direction.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And as an offense, I got to find some good plays down here where I can get the ball out of my hands, get some positive yards. That wasn't one of them. Let's not do that one again.
Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Now, to me, these are the decisions that are not so easy. Analytics, schmanalytics, go for it on 4th down. Yeah, pull the trigger. But in these type of games now, where it's 4th and 5+, this becomes very difficult. How confident am I in this play in the red zone that I know I'm going to get a touchdown and not get stopped short?
Might be changing the route. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He wants it all. To the end zone, and it's picked off. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll start this drive with a pass. That's reeled in. It's Crowder. Still running at the 40. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route. Against zone coverage, quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a 1st down.
Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. 1st down from the 45. He'll do it himself. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country. good, disciplined defense on that play. It's 3rd and long, right? You're not going to bite on a play fake. Nobody's going for that. Everyone knows it's a passing situation, and they use their speed to get to the QB.
The Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A low line drive and not his best work. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Going to the running game. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. And the Huskies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter as we get ready to get things started. The Huskies with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll go right back to him. They'll stop him at the 46 after a 5-yard pickup. When the Huskies are moving on the ground like this, you will bow down to Washington.
Yeah, and I tell you what, with all the rain they get out there in Washington, you better have a dependable ground game that you can go to and establish that tempo. Obviously, harder to throw the football in the rain, so dominant physical trench.
Wide open spaces. Touchdown, Washington. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And these offenses, man, they've been struggling, and you've been waiting. Who's going to make the big play? They finally break through. They make the big explosive play, and maybe this is what they needed to get this offense rolling.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Colorado went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters there in that 4th quarter.
And he pumps it up inside the 20. And they're able to dive on that football and get it back. That would have been a disaster to cough it up immediately after a score.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. The head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Snagged in the middle. It's Crowder. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Ramsey.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And the Trojans can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Rides the back on the option, the give. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. 3rd down. took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now setting up fourth down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously the defense, the big reason for that, but if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
Punt is on its way. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anyway.
Second down, they'll go to the air. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep. Good coverage.
Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll run play action. He tries to take the top off. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They've gotten very little done on their first 3 possessions, hoping this one will be more productive. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll try the run. Find some fresh air. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. And the legendary John McKay would be proud of the execution of the running game and picking up the first down.
The basic principles of the run game, right? The easy stuff, the boring stuff, not fancy, not loved. Everybody likes points and all that other, stuff that goes with it, but you got to get the good running game. USC doing a good job of it.
Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
The Trojans can really attack on this 2nd and short. Give to the running back. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And the Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Off the play fake. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Finds the tight end. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Listen, at this point, the end of the first half, you're trying to generate some points. First downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that 3rd. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and maybe start taking some more shots and attack?
And just a great job on the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get into more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 1-on-1. Stop the run first.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The inside handoff. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. There's the pressure. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Well, after having to punt on their last drive in the opponent's territory, it looked like things were finally going positively offensively this drive, and then it stalls out at the very end because they give up a sack. I think in critical down and distances, they just have got to be better with execution, making sure they have the right play call on and getting rid of the football on time, but back-to-back punts, no bueno for this offense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Calls his own number. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Under fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Fires to the middle. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Motion from the wideout. Give to the back. He stopped just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. Needed more to move the sticks. It'll be 4th down. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Trojans will boot away to start the 2nd half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well. So you have to know where your answers are.
The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And the Huskies come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man quickly. Oh, he's got some space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on third down. They just want to make the home run, highlight type throw. But a nice job being poised and making a good decision, checking it down to the running back here to help your offense out.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wide receiver going in motion. Holds and fires complete to the right. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver.
And it's picked off for the third time today. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3 quarters of a football game.
Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
When you run these counter-type plays, you're getting extra offensive linemen pulling at the point of attack, opening up a crease for that running back to gash the defense.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. They'll give it to the back. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
He's got it on the right. Fighting off the defender. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time, it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a first and 10. Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up 1 or 2.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Catch in the middle. It's Crowder. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Grab near the marker. It's Crowder.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
And the Trojans will snap it on first and 10. Running back searching for a hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Got stuffed on first down. It's second and 10. Gives it to the back on the draw. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on third down? And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Dead center perfect. That brings them to within 1. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in this one in the MAC that just finished up. Minnesota looked less like a pack of Gophers and more like a group of road warriors in a solid victory. This team almost always plays tough in front of its home fans, and today they found a way outside of Huntington Bank Stadium. A busy day in the MAC, and an outcome that figures to shuffle the deck there as we send it back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Tackled at the 29. Let's give him 5 on that one. Might be calling a hot route. We've reached a break. It's Washington holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. The Huskies in a good spot here with second and short. Here comes the option. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Huskies come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. third and short. Working that left side now. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that here on a critical third down late in the game with the lead. Guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
Wide receiver comes in motion. On the option. Power football with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
They'll run the option. Leaves it with the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Got a man. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
Washington coming to the line with another first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Hand off from the shotgun. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down.
And if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
On the option, the give to the tailback. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Quick completion on the out route. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all offseason long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the right.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job increasing. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. And that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Now on the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Looking to throw for it. Get it out to the supersonic guy. They'll mark him down right there, and that'll be enough for a Washington first down.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got some work to do after that last play, 2nd and 13. Back to pass. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Makes the grab. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
This is one of those unique situations in a game as a head coach. You're trying to feel the momentum, and what's your confidence in your quarterback, because you've got 4th, you're in field goal range, but you've got the weapons to get one more completion and ice this thing. So do you kick the field goal or do you go for it?
Fires into the end zone. He gets it in. Touchdown, Husky. Getting set for the point after. splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the fourth. Well, that was about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Settling for field goals on these drives if you want to win the football game. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. It's Crowder. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Working that wide receiver screen. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, bad news, he didn't get the first down there. The good news, though, he got out of bounds, stopped the clock. They still have one timeout, so there's a lot of time still in this 2-minute situation to march down the field and get a score.
Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3.
I just don't like the play call, guys. 2 straight runs, and you're just wasting clock. At this juncture of the game, you need to score. And you got to score quickly. Running the ball is not going to get it done.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll try to get the first through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Crowder. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. They go to the ground. Past the sticks and still on his feet. Worked his way to the 38 before they stopped him. It's a 5-yard gain, and that'll be a first down.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something.
Breaks into the open. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, USC.
Man, great job by this offense, but the work is not done. You knew what you needed when you started this drive. Late in this ball game, time's running out. It's not on your side. I got to find my play, my best 2-point conversion to go tie this puppy up.
They got the touchdown, but still a 2-point conversion short of tying it up late. He's looking to throw. He's got it. The two is good, and we have ourselves a tie game. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. They're working that left side. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
Running backs are wide receivers. They do such a great job nowadays out of the backfield. All you got to do, dump it to him. Get it to him quick, and he'll make the rest happen with his running back skills. But they do so much work with wide receivers in practice that they basically have become wide receivers.
Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And I'm going to be really curious to watch this offense and see how much faith and trust they have in themselves and the weather, right? Like, it's passing situation. It's a 2-minute situation. You practice spreading this ball all over the field. Can you do that? Because this is not ideal weather, and you can't make a mistake here.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. This time it's complete. Timeout call by the offense. 24 seconds left on the clock.
Nice patience by the quarterback there. He had his receiver running a crossing route, but the QB knew it was zone coverage, so he's got to be careful and make sure that he hits him in a window. He did that right there.
Motion from the back. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Great job of timing the blitz and calling it at a perfect moment when the offense was going to drop back and throw. They're able to get to him, hit him. They don't get the sack, but they do affect his accuracy, and it falls incomplete.
Tie game here late in the 4th. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. He turns that loose down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Great place to start for this offense. He'll start this drive going to the air. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. Trojans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The option look. Oh, better look out. Got the 1st down and more. Touchdown Trojans. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
Big-time players make big plays in big games. Coming up with that touchdown with just seconds left in this game now gives them an opportunity to hit the extra point and make it a touchdown game, and there might be 2 more plays left. The kickoff, maybe 1 more snap for the opponent. What a massive play in a big moment.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Wants to adjust the pattern. Off play action on 1st down. Starting to feel a little pressure. And down he goes. Had a chance to pull one out of the fire, and the defense slammed the brakes on